Derange here again. This time, I'm searching the wilderness for a wild animal. So far, it's attacked a few people in the local area. They've brought me in. I'm going to have to use all of my experience from all of my hunting, gathering, biology, nature-related studies to capture this beast. It could jump out from anywhere. In this adventure, I'm hoping to show even more of my survival skills, in case any of you out there ever get caught in such predicament as a wild animal chasing you in the woods. My rock climbing skills may come into play. We shall see. But of course, as always, the number one thing to keep in mind is keep an eye over your shoulder, just in case, something comes out of the woods at you. And don't drop your phone in the water. Trying to find my way across the river. Beautiful moss growing in this time of year. Very humid weather. I've been dealing with it, but yes. Making my way across the stones now. About halfway across the river. A mild triumph, yes. Up the rocky and now hilly sort of terrain. Let's see what we can find up here. Now remember, we're dealing with wild man-eating creatures out here. No, ladies, I'm not talking about you this time. It's a little science joke. But keep an eye out, because it actually has been known that if this is a female of this species, danger lurks. And of course, the usual signs of cannibals. A tire out in the woods. Somebody never made it home. I'm walking along sort of the crest right now. Make my way down to this windy jungle. Quite similar to walking along the crest of Everest. I have a giant bug in my eye. Can you help me with it? Oh, goodness. Bugs out here are insane, but give you a glimpse of sort of the heights I'm dealing with here. Gotta stay close on this sort of path here. Don't lose a step. Maybe there's a handle here which could break off at any moment. past here. Oh, jeez, what do we have? What do we have? What do we have? Something living in there, of course. Now we're on to something. A creature dwelling perhaps underneath this old stump. Let me show. Yes. We're right above him right now. Anything could come out at any moment. You never know. Yes. Another ledge to walk along here. Give you a bit more of the height we're dealing with here. The type of intricate angles. And remember, we're dealing with fresh moss. Slippery stuff. This is the trail of legends, I'd say. And this type of capture will surely finally get me. Not really the recognition. I'm not looking for recognition in this sort of scientific community because, you know, they've always, well, it is a difficult conversation to have here in the woods with you. But the academic scientific community has shunned me over the years. They say I have unsound methods, which, of course, can only mean one thing, but I'm not going to use the word. Brilliant or anything like that. I've tripped and broken. Oh God, I've fallen. Let me check my ankle now. Check the ankle. Oh, yep. Definitely swollen and sprained. I've been bitten by a snake as well. That's what it was. It was a snake that... Man. I'm going to have to crawl all the way back. Let me get a better view this way for you. It's probably better this way. Somehow, after about a quarter mile of that, dragging myself through the woods, I have somehow managed to recover some of the strength in my leg. Just in time to this hill. I'm feeling a bit faint, though, as I travel along now. I didn't bring any water as usual. I mean, why would I need that? I hydrated 2 days ago. A little unsturdy on this. Get across to this one here without falling in the water. Silly move I'm doing here. I did it. Oh boy, don't speak too soon, Doctor. The doctor who speaks too soon is quite often proven wrong at the end of the day. We're taught in school, in lessons, to study all the data before making a final decision. This is how I calculate my risks when I'm out in the woods. It's very humid in this environment. I haven't seen any tracks of the animal yet. I may have finally caught on to some sort of scent out here in the woods. It's foul smelling. Smells of, well, all the phases of decomposition. An old rock wall behind me that I'm climbing upon right now. First signs of the creature. I knew I was on the right trail. Remember now, we're dealing with dangerous creatures. Stay prepared. These are savages. Signs of a weapon. Somebody is here somewhere. I've certainly found the location of the savage or savages. It's difficult to tell how many are here. But they serve some sort of a campsite and weapons. Well, folks, as usual, job well done by Derange and his friends. That's you at home. We will get the proper information to the correct places, and perhaps there'll be some form of rehabilitation for the savages or something. Working my way back up the hill, you see. The journey's never over, you know. Some people say, Derange, when you get out into nature, you turn into some form of a ridiculous man on some form of a lifelong quest. You seem as though a man possessed. And I simply say, can't you see the remarkable adventure and everything in nature and its occurrences. How it all seems to flow downriver. And the adventures continue. And of course, one must be always on the lookout for witchcraft. Hello folks, Derange again. And I was finally able to shave in this hopefully not bacteria-ridden river. Otherwise my face might start being eaten alive. But anyways, on to more important matters. We're still on the hunt for the beast in the wilderness. Going across is this. In making our way, nature is no silly game, only to be dealt with by professionals. And, sort of the average recreational hiker. When I spoke to you last time, I was on the lookout for something behind my shoulder. I feel as though I'm the one being stalked at this point. Around every crevice and round every corner could lurk danger. The occasional break from the sunshine is nice, and the overcast of the lovely tree leaves that have come into bloom. It feels as though I've dealt with all sorts of seasons, even more than the normal 4 seasons that the average human being can deal with. Perhaps 5 seasons or 6 seasons. These are the questions for philosophical people, not such as me. I'm simply a normal scientist, nature lover, biologist, doctor, philosopher of said sciences, and occasionally dabbling in political science and all of the so-called mathematics involved with the world and logical analysis of things. But out here in nature, all of these city things and the worries of the average metropolitan or cosmopolitan man seem to disappear in some form of connection with the unknown. What can be known as this wild savage out in the woods. We don't know how many. There could be a couple of them. Possibly a male and a female. Human in species. Raised as savages. Uncivilized. I sure would like to have a conversation with them. If we can overcome the language barrier involved with savage and sophisticate woodsman, biologist, scientist, doctor, adventurer, detective. Every moment out in the woods can teach you something. It forces you to keep your eyes peeled. If you blink, you could miss something coming out of the woods behind you. Derange here again. I've tracked the beast out to the ocean. I didn't think this type of savage had ever learned to swim. But here we are. The more fertile the soil, the better the seeds will grow. Derange again. And this time, I want to talk with you about deadly clouds. Yes. Let me show you what I'm talking about. These clouds that you're seeing are not real. We're dealing with some form of a government conspiracy, you see. These clouds are being pumped in by some form of large machine which controls all of our weather. They could easily save everything under the sun, and they're choosing to profit off of it, I guess. Now, I have been accused of being unsound in my methods, and also a conspiracy theorist of sorts. But my conspiracies have always proven to be true. Alas, we are perhaps dealing with people controlling the weather. What sort of attack can we mount against clouds? I mean, should we construct our own form of device that could, like a vacuum, perhaps up in the sky, that could suck up some of the moisture, perhaps, and this would be a new form of aerial warfare. I don't want to say that I'm on to something as usual, but, you know, the clouds, remember. If anything happens to me, if they come after me because of something, I'm witnessing something that is pretty strange. They don't seem real anymore, do they? What a nightmare. Thankfully, it was all a dream. Track the beasts from the wilderness out into this civilization where they like to dwell. What is this? I didn't have a hat before. This so-called nightmare. Witchcraft is afoot. I don't know what world I'm really in right now. But this I can tell you. I'm Dr. Robert Octavio Derange. I study nature. Whatever challenges may arise, even tiny ones such as honeybees, I'm interested in finding out what's going on. I'll track these beasts to the end of the world. It is my life's calling, this science thing, as we like to refer to it. For instance, this dead stump behind me. How old is it? 1,000 years old? 10,000 years old? No one will truly know until people like us get out there and make the discoveries. what lies beyond these giant depths in the earth.